Hey everyone, Miss Fisher here, and today we're going to be reading Malala Yousafzai, Champion for Education by Jody Shepard. Let's get started. Meet Malala Yousafzai. Imagine if girls were not allowed to go to school. There are places where that happens. Malala Yousafzai wants to change that. She's been a champion for girls' education since she was little. Her life shows that one person, no matter how young, can make a big difference. Malala was born on July 12, 1997, in Maghora, Pakistan. A few years later, two little brothers joined the family. Like most Pakistanis, Malala and her family are Muslim. They follow the Islam religion. Fast fact: Malala was named after a young hero called Malali. Malali lived in Afghanistan more than 100 years ago. She helped her countrymen win a battle. Some people in Pakistan did not think it was important for girls to get an education. Malala's father did not agree. He started a school for girls. Even before she was old enough for school, Malala spent time there with her father. She loved learning new things. Many Muslim girls and women wear headscarves, like the one Malala is wearing here. A, da- a dangerous time. As Malala grew up, things in Pakistan began to change. A terrorist group called the Taliban was gaining power. This group used violence to get its way. Its leaders made strict rules. People who disobeyed the new rules were punished. Under the Taliban rule, women have to cover themselves completely. Life was especially difficult for girls and women. Taliban leaders believed they should stay home. Women who went out alone were bullied. Girls' schools were blown up. Most people were afraid to speak out. Malala was not. "How dare the Taliban take away my basic right to education," she said. And these are girls studying outside a school that was bombed by the Taliban. Many students stayed home. Malala did not. She continued to go to school. When she was 11 years old, Malala began writing a blog. She talked about her hopes and fears. She talked about her school days. People all around the world were interested in what Malala had to say. Fast fact: it was not safe to blog with her real name, so Malala called herself Gul Makai. That means cornflower. Over time, it became even more dangerous to go to school. The Taliban's rules were very strict. However, Malala and other young girls continued to go to class. They wanted to learn. And these are a group of girls studying in a temporary classroom. The Taliban warned Malala to keep quiet, but she kept on speaking out about girls' education. She kept writing her blog. When she was 14 years old, Malala received Pakistan's first National Youth Peace Prize. It is now called the National Malala Peace Prize, and this is her receiving it. A terrible day. On October 9th, 2012, Malala was riding home from school with her friends. Three terrorists forced the bus to stop. They asked, "Who is Malala?" No one on the bus answered, but some girls looked towards Malala. One of the men shot her. Then they ran off the bus. The bus driver rushed Malala to the hospital. She was badly hurt. Doctors operated. 6 days later, Malala was flown to England. The hospital in England could give her the special care she needed. Malala spent several months in the hospital. Finally, she was able to go home. But the Taliban had tried to kill her. Pakistan was not a safe place for her to live anymore. Malala and her family decided to make England their new home. And this is her posing with her family before they leave the hospital. Malala speaks to the world. Terrorists had tried to stop Malala, but they could not. Instead, more people than ever were listening to her message. She wrote a book, I Am Malala, on her 16th birthday. Malala traveled to the United Nations in New York City. She made a speech to world leaders. And in her UN speech, Malala said, one child, one teacher, one pen, and one book can change the world. When she was 17, Malala became the youngest person ever to win the Nobel Peace Prize. Today, she continues to speak out. She has also started the Malala Fund to help educate girls all over the world. And she's still a teenager. Imagine how big a difference she can make in the years to come. And here's a timeline of Malala Yousafzai's life. And then in the back, the author's written a poem about Malala Yousafzai and tells how you can make a difference right there. To show you real quick Malala's website, but also it says in 2020 she graduated from Oxford University and that she's 23 years old now. All right, my friends, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.